Oh, oh man, what is up? What is up? Drive safe. Don't be afraid to use your horn when you need to. All right. What the heck do I want to talk about? I received a message from somebody asking me, what's it like being a television reporter, a local television reporter? I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. The first time someone ran up onto me and said, "Oh my God, I see you on television all the time," I was kind of excited. It was a cool moment. She ran up to me with a big smile and she said, "I watch your work all the time." She was an older lady, and I remember we were walking towards the Goodwill in Helena, Montana. I just stepped out of my F-150 at the time. I had a 2005 F-150. My dad helped me buy it. Thanks, Dad, if you're watching this. That was one of my favorite trucks I ever owned. Anyways, so she runs up onto me and she says, "I watch you all the time." And we were walking towards the Goodwill. You know why we were walking towards the Goodwill? Because when you're a television reporter, you better be prepared to leave your hometown and go to a different city, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and make about 20 cents an hour, maybe 25 cents. Oh man, you know, it's cool being a television reporter, but I'm gonna say this: it's cool. The field of journalism is fun if you can get into it, but I'm gonna say this, man. I was in a class of about 40 students, maybe 35, 40 students at Cal State Fullerton. We were the first graduating class for broadcast journalism, and a couple of us went on to go into the news industry, but as of now, as it sits right now, no one that I know of in my entire graduating class is in the field of broadcast journalism. Not one. So it is a cutthroat industry. So to the person who messaged me, and I don't even know who the heck you are, but I know you're thinking about majoring in broadcast journalism. I think you are in Nevada, UNLV. I don't know if I didn't read your profile. I don't go on anyone's profile, okay? If you're watching me, just know this one thing. I only go on my page. So if you want to talk to me, go on my page. Anyways, I digress. So the kid from UNLV, Nevada, wherever you're going, if you want to major in broadcast journalism, get ready to go to the middle of nowhere and make about 20, 25 cents an hour and just to party like a rock star, because you will meet females, males, you'll meet people of all ages that when work is over, they go, I've never seen people party so hard like local reporters. Local reporters are awesome. If you're still in the field of journalism, broadcast journalism, specifically, I can talk specifically about broadcast journalism. If you're still in that field and you're rocking out, my hat goes off to you. You are a soldier, a warrior. You're a samurai to me, because I know that that is a cutthroat field. So I wish that someone told me when I was studying broadcasting, I wish someone told me, hey, I wish one of my professors pulled me aside and said, "Hey, Ernan, this is a cutthroat industry. It's almost like becoming an actor." Most of the people that I worked with coming up through the ranks from 2000, so I started around 2004, right? From CBS Studios in Los Angeles to Fresno, California, to Helena, Montana, to San Diego, right? So now this puts us at around 2010. Most of the people I know, they aren't in the field anymore because it is a rough field, right? You'll get the call to go out to the middle of nowhere to cover a helicopter accident. But I did get to cover some cool stories. All right, so let's talk about some of the cool stories I got to cover. I got to meet Lenny Kravitz, Madonna, Chuck Liddell, the UFC when Chuck Liddell was a superstar. I interviewed Matthew McConaughey. He went out to Evel Knievel's funeral in Butte, Montana. So I got to go, I mean, who gets to go to Butte, Montana, right? So I got to interview Matthew McConaughey, and for the life of me, I don't know why he kept licking his lips. When you talk to Matthew McConaughey, he's just like, It's like, I felt like asking him, do you need some chapsticks? Because we're here in the middle of Montana, it might be kind of cold. Maybe that's why you're licking your lips. Matthew McConaughey, if you're watching this, that was funny. We had a moment. So anyways, who else did I get to interview? I got to interview Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, he came out, got to interview him. He came out to rally support for his wife when she was running for president. So that was in 2007. So you get to meet some cool people, but it's a rough and tough field, man. I remember working 10 hours and then them asking me to work another 2 hours. Like, there's no such thing as an 8 hour. It's not 8 hours. You're not going to be working 8 hours. You're going to be working longer than 8 hours. I remember, right? So it's almost impossible to be a local television reporter and try to start a family at a young age. So right now I am talking to the guy who messaged me, who is pondering about studying journalism, I think at UNLV. He's from Nevada. I don't know, I didn't look at his profile. What else can I say? What can I say about the field? I had a great time, all right? I had a great time, but like I said, it's cutthroat, and ultimately, if you're trying to become a national reporter, that's like trying to become Leonardo DiCaprio if you're an actor. And you know, the one thing I had a hard time digesting as a journalist is I read a lot of books. I read history books. I graduated college. And then when you become a local television reporter, somehow you find yourself standing in a pumpkin patch in the middle of October covering pumpkins and interviewing elementary students about what they like about Halloween and what they're gonna be for Halloween, right? So that was kind of odd. Like, you read all these books, you take all these classes, you understand how to write, you know? Oh, I hate saying that. Don't say you know. You know, I hate that phrase. Anytime someone says the phrase, you know, just think that that person doesn't understand what they're talking about themselves. You know? So anyways, so there you are in the middle of the pumpkin field, and you're just wondering, is this what I'm gonna have to write about? I read books. So, to the kid who's wondering about majoring in journalism and becoming a local television reporter, just know that it is a demanding field. You have to work insane hours, and just know my entire graduating class, I don't think anyone is still in the field of broadcast journalism. And not just my graduating class, but the people that I met while we were working, the people I met while I was in the field, while we were working together, a lot of them have dropped out because it's just so demanding. And that's something I wish someone took the time out to tell me, to tell me and to talk to me about just how demanding the field is. But you know what? Experience is a great teacher. I had a great time. Oh, I forgot, I interviewed Buzz Aldrin. Oh, you know what? And Buzz Aldrin, that was a great interview. I got to meet Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin is the second man who ever touched the moon. And you know what Buzz Aldrin told me? He said I was buff. All right, so check this out. If you made it this far into the video, if you are 10 minutes invested up in this bitch, right? Oh, by the way, if you're watching, you are inside a 2001 Volvo S80 leather seats with a high AC. If you made it 10 minutes and 30 seconds into this video, I'm gonna hit you with something that can actually change your life. It can actually change your life. Eat healthy, be healthy, sleep well, live well, because what you eat is how you fuel your body, and how you sleep is how you recharge your battery. So take care of yourself. And if you're still watching, if you made it more than 10 minutes into this video, I sincerely want to say, I love you. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe.